I'm late. Okay, I've already set out the makeup that I want to use last night. So I'm just gonna stick to the plan. We're not gonna use our brains too much and we're just gonna go for it. I'm using the Smashbox Always On Cream Shadow to get like an even base because I don't really feel like doing a lot to my eyes. So I'm just gonna take a little bit. And so the vibe for today, let me tell you, it is brick red. And what I mean by that is I will not do anything, like I will not put any color on my eyes other than this, like just to even it out. And I will use a reddish blush which I have, but it's not like cute like strawberry girl makeup. It is like brick makeup, brick orange, brick red makeup, and that's the vibe. I also just want to thank everyone who's been tuning in and watching my videos. It's so surreal to believe that there are people who are like actually engaging and watching this content. So that's cool of you. Now we will do eyeliner, and I'm using this Revlon. I'm really trying to bring it to life. And I don't know how else to do it other than just to keep shaking it and like pressing the nib, but I think this is fine. Before I do it, I just noticed that I left this primer outside because I need to use it, because I do like it and I just forget that I have it. So I'll just take a bit. I mean, I did take quite a bit, and I will put it here on my base. This is the e.l.f. Putty Primer. It is quite good and it gives that smooth finish, but again, I don't know if I would repurchase it. I think it's something nice to have, but it's like not a need to have in my kit for me personally. And I also don't know if I fully understand or like buy into the concept of primers, because that is like if you do good skincare, but obviously there is some merit and behind like the type of primer and if you want that based on the effect that you want. So this is with the primer on, and I will do my eyeliner. Let's hope there are no surprises today. And I'm gonna try my strategy of like just being really calm. I think the eyeliner can smell fear, so I should not be afraid. I should just be like calm. I do this every day. I don't give a shit. And just very casually, just like. We love her. Welcome to the family. Did you guys see that? I'm surprisingly happy with it. I guess the strategy is true, and you should just tell the eyeliner to go fuck itself, and then it'll comply. I mean, they are completely different, and maybe I'll sharpen it towards the end, but right now I'm not going to go back to it. And we will do base. Did I mention I'm running late? Okay, I don't have too much time. And I'm filming this on my iPad because my phone has 0% battery, because I fell asleep listening to podcasts, so it just, without charging it, so it just ran on and on and on. And I'm using my MAC Studio Fix Cream to Powder Foundation, and I'll just put this everywhere. It is, I don't know, it's like, I feel like it's not yellowy, but it's more pinky. I don't know what you guys feel. but I won't put this under my eyes too much. I'll conceal separately. And also one day I want to try I think there's a makeup artist called Mary Phillips who does like the Kardashian makeup and everything, and she talked about this way of doing makeup where you like is basically underpainting, like it's existed before, where you contour and then you put makeup exactly where it needs to go instead of like doing layers all across the face, and it's supposed to give your skin a very flawless look. So I want to try that one day too when I have like the luxury of time. Won't go too much on my forehead. And I think that's it. I exfoliated my nose last night, so it's a little red, but it's like fine to put makeup on it, as opposed to like if I were to exfoliate right now, then I would feel not good about putting makeup on it. So that is a foundation. I actually want to curl my lashes. I feel like I'm being very erratic and I can't help it, so I'm sorry, but also I'm not sorry. Because I'm learning not to apologize for everything. Because I've noticed that I do that a lot, even when stuff is not my fault, because I take responsibility for that shit. It's not my problem, guys. Okay, let's just put mascara. I check the thingy every time because I have seen that some days a couple of my lashes get pulled out, and that's crazy. So I have to make sure that none of my lashes keep popping out. It's only Tuesday, guys. Can you believe that? So I had a really kind of an emotional experience yesterday. I have been kind of consistently gaining weight, more than I'm used to. And I think it's like a combination of just generally like stress eating, and like at work, if I'm stressed, I'll just order something, and in that moment, that gratification makes me feel better. We'll do blush first and then concealer because we're pros, more pros. And anyway, and also I've been like working out regularly, which has been making me a lot hungrier, so I'm consuming more food more regularly. And so kind of this obviously has impacted my weight, where I've been like the heaviest I've ever been. And because of that, like my clothes, work clothes, which are like tailored pants to fit a certain, like they're not flexible or stretchable, they started being fairly tight for me. By the way, this is the e.l.f. putty blush. The color is not written, but it's like this dark red one. Anyway, so I've had to order like a size up for myself, and they came yesterday, and I was kind of okay with it. I was like, you know what, it's happening. I'm feeling uncomfortable. I'm not able to fit into these clothes. I should just get bigger clothes. And then when I tried it on and I looked at myself, like I just like cried. I was like, it's so real that I just got bigger. Like my hips are so wide, and generally my body shape is like a pear, so I do have wider hips. But to see them that wide, and like obviously the larger pants are also like, because they're loose, they're making me feel like I look bigger than like the same, like the smaller size, because they fit so tight. It didn't feel like they were so loose and making me look bigger. So it just like prompted a full-on breakdown of my systems, which I'm still feeling a bit like raw from. So that was the struggle that I dealt with yesterday, and I think I will continue to deal with for a while until I figure out like genuinely like what's actually going on in my body. Like, is it a function of muscle or fat or both, and what proportions and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna see how I want to tackle with it, because also like I am getting older and my metabolism is like not what it used to be. So it's okay that these things happen, it's like a part of life, but I guess I need to like figure out a healthy way to deal with it and to see how I want to deal with it, I guess. I'm also gonna add this red blush on top. My Shanice. Have you guys seen that reel? It's so funny. Shanice. Okay, I don't want to go into more blush. And then I will just conceal now. Which is so funny because I just revealed so much to you. But I should conceal with my Sucre. Actually, I wanna brighten. So I'll go in with my Too Faced Born This Way. Like, the thing about this, the color, do you see the way it's like dispersed? I don't know how to like change that. Just try it. I don't think that didn't do shit, but okay. Maybe I'll just stab it a few times like this. And there is somehow again there's a hair here. And then I'll just put a little bit. And then put a little bit here. But having said all that stuff, I obviously want to prioritize like health over anything else. Like, I want to be healthy and fit and strong. Like, I was skinny my whole life and I had no strength whatsoever. And that was definitely annoying. And I'll use my pack brush and just start blending. And so now that I've started working out, I obviously feel great in the sense like it gives me that kick, and I can see like myself being stronger in so many ways. But obviously like the unexpected thing is like you need muscle, right, to be strong. So it's like, that's why it's definitely a new change for me, and probably this is the most consistent where I've worked out, where I'm using weights consistently and it's not just a bunch of other things. Like earlier I also did a lot of cardio, which made me feel like, okay, I'm kind of still in that lean zone. But this is the most consistent I've been, and obviously age and all those factors are also there. Anyway, that's just about me and my most recent breakdown. I'm obviously going to blush again because where did it go? And I want to use the e.l.f. one. And they gave me like a very specific e.l.f. blush brush, like the stippling brush, but I don't like it too much. So I'll just use my pack one and I'll just go maybe here. Not quite the apple, but not quite the side. I really am moving into this with the luxury that I do not have. I think I'm happy with this. Is there like the lips will make it like brick red, I guess. And now I'm gonna quickly do brows, because yesterday I did brows and I noticed much later that it actually changed my face completely. So I'm kind of like leading back into eyebrows, doing them properly, or not properly, but like just giving them a little bit of how. It doesn't even feel like I put any mascara on. I'm just trying to see if I can take that little bit of stray eyeliner off. And now I will set everything with, I want a good setting powder today. So I'm gonna do it 2 times. I'm gonna set using my Laura Mercier powder. And I'll use a sponge, because I saw this other makeup artist called Nikki La Rose, who has the most soothing, comforting voice, and she does these like rating every bronzer in Sephora and every blush in Sephora. So, and it's like long videos, and I like to watch those videos just to fall asleep too. Because I cannot, if there's one thing I cannot do, it is sleep to the sound of silence. And so she recommended this technique where you just put some you get an even layer on your sponge, and then you kind of just be very gentle and just tap. Everything else is easy except this gentle part. And I can see the creasing when I pull down, so I'm just going to get that part specifically. My nose is so itchy, guys. And I think after I've put in a layer, I'll just bring my eyelid down and get whatever is, like get in between the creases so it does set properly. And that's all I'll do for like my under eyes. And for the rest of my face, I won't use a sponge. I'll just use my powder brush. I've made like a substantial dent in this, but having said that, I don't know if I would repurchase the Laura Mercier one either. I think maybe I'll try the House Labs this time when I go to the US, because I definitely want to be there and pick out my shade and everything. I feel like my blush again got eaten up. So let's just redo that. And maybe it's not actually happening, but I just feel like it is. So let's take the Chanel one. Chanel. And let's take a different brush, because maybe the brush is the issue. And I'll just take this from Morphe, the collab with Makeup by Ariel. And just move it up. Is anything getting picked up? I feel like nothing is getting picked up, because I'm swiping and I'm getting this, but I'm not getting the same kind of pigment. So maybe I need to use a different brush. Let's try this powder brush, because I think the bristles are natural or some such thing. I think this is doing a better job. Am I crazy, or is it not red enough? Okay, last ditch effort is our NARS. I'll go back to this thing and I'll pick up this. I think this is the shade Exhibit A. Okay, that did it, and that's too much, so we'll stop right now. And I will just clean this brush up so I can blend it without the color. it just takes one moment to become a clown. And that is my clownness, that's my clown behavior. I genuinely, this is like a control Z moment. I think this is okay. Like I've blended it quite a bit. Actually, it is harsh as fuck. So let me just go over this with my. I think it's better. It's like toned down quite a bit. Okay. Now we'll just do lips. I need to exfoliate my lips for sure. So I'll just take this water spray that I got on Amazon, and I'll just take this. Generally, I keep like this to wipe my hands off with it, and I'm just, because I am going to use like a liquidy lip today. So just put your finger and once you do this, just take a dry portion and just do it again now. And get the corners. This is good. And I'm going to take this L'Oreal shade 130. It is like a brick ready. It's 130 I Amaze. And this is a very light formula, so I'll just do a blotting thingy. Yeah, that's lovely. I definitely need to start using my other colors more. The moment I fix it on 2-3 lipsticks, it's over for the other lipsticks. So I need to like rekindle my obsession with the other lipsticks. I'll just do a blotty vibe today. And that's it. This is my brick red look for today. Or tomato look. That's the vibe. I'm gonna go. I'm definitely running late, so I'm just gonna rush and I'll get through my day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.